Hi, we're back with another podcast. I'm here with Chris White again. Chris is one of our guides and also one of our technical advisors. And Chris volunteered to help us plan the Tour de Suisse route last year. But the Tour de Suisse route did not take off as one of our tours because we announced it very late and we weren't able to have enough participants last year. And so we're going to try it again. I asked Chris here in Geneva, in fact, today to see what he thought, if he would be able to get some time off and do that. And so Chris...
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to give it another try and do a great tour out of it.
So
it's a really nice event.
What we're doing here, the idea that we had last year was to not do the whole tour, not to follow the complete tour. That would take us how many days?
It's about 8 days, I think they do.
Okay.
But we were going to limit to about 4 or 5 days. And with hitting the nicest stages to go watch and the nicest areas of the country that they go to and base it around that.
But of course we don't know what the itinerary is yet. They haven't announced it yet. But we do have more or less the dates.
Yeah, it should be around the middle of June, the second week of June, often it is.
Now, when we say the Tour de Suisse, this means that we're actually going to be following the professional cyclists on the Tour de Suisse. And our idea is to, well, let me have Chris tell that. The idea that we had last year was to actually do the route with them.
So we do most of the route each day. But it's kind of controlled partly by our hotel locations, but also making sure that we get to the nicest place to watch the riders go by each day and have plenty of time to see the riders go by as well.
So we would be waking up and riding the route that the riders are doing, stopping at some point that we have chosen beforehand, getting off our bikes, having lunch or a coffee or a beer, watch the riders go by, and then once they do...
Yeah, and sometimes that's going to be sort of towards the top of a mountain pass, and sometimes we'll go to one of the Finnish towns and see the whole Finnish area. Hopefully we'll hit one of the 2 time trials as well, so then you get a really good chance to see each person coming by individually. So yeah, we'll do a few different things in different days.
And of course, since BMC is one of our sponsors, we hope to have some quality time with the team. We hope to maybe spend a little time with them on the first day when they're doing their time trials. I think you mentioned that's probably the best time to...
Yeah. Hopefully we can check in with the few of the team guys and some of the other trainers and stuff, and just have a little chat with them just while everyone's warming up for the time trial.
Now, some of you out there have maybe done a tour with a company, with the Tour de France or maybe the Giro. As far as I know, we are the only company offering a tour of the Tour de Suisse. And
one big advantage is the Tour de Suisse isn't such a major event. I mean, there's still a lot of the big names come there. A lot of them really use it as their last training for the Tour de France. So we get a lot of the big names coming to the event. But still, because it's not such a media frenzy, then it's a little more accessible to the regular people, and you can get in right at the finish line, no problem, and you can get a little bit of access to some of the riders, and it's a easier, more relaxed atmosphere sort of thing than some of the biggest races.
So Chris is going to, as soon as the route is announced, he's going to check out the possibilities in terms of dates, and we'll be announcing that as soon as we have an idea of the itinerary. But we're looking at mid-June.
Yeah, I was just thinking they might move it 1 week earlier this year because the Tour de France got moved 1 week earlier. So it might be the first week of June this year.
Okay.
Right, check it out. And
unlike the other tours, depending upon the itinerary, we may be having our riders fly into Zurich. So again, we'll announce all those kind of details once we have a better idea of the itinerary.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, no problem.